Welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of this week's episode of Shadows of the Iron Gods. We have more of a dungeon to explore.
Let's explore it.
Where are you guys going next?
I think there was another door.
So there was a door like to the north in that corridor.
Okay. I'll go to that. Oh, something happened to my roll 20.
I know. Roll 20.
Oh,
Don't do it.
wait. Let's go still. All right. Alexi is not.
Okay, I'm back now, I think.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Just being slow at loading, but yeah. Okay, I go here.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's another door ahead of you.
And there's
And then
a
you see
corridor.
the
leading
corridor just
on.
keeps like curving round.
Okay, I'm gonna peek around the corridor first.
Yeah.
Oh, more doors.
Yeah. So it keeps going and then it turns left at the
Yeah,
end of the corridor.
We can simply walk through more doors if we want to.
Mordor, where the shadows lie.
Bad.
Okay.
Bad. It's bad. Everyone dies. You're all dead.
Let's use this door first.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, perception first.
Check
so
traps.
we do-
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Traps.
quick.
You find no traps.
Good.
Yay.
Open the door and it's another like double set. And yeah, what do you do?
Okay, so
It's
looks
not.
like
It's none of these ones are like the like double locking systems, but
okay. So there's no porthole or anything
No.
here.
it's just a
Okay.
plain door.
Well, this still looks familiar. So maybe there's a lab here or something.
Yeah.
I'll
Do you
check it
just
out,
open
sure.
it or?
Yeah.
Do you do the smashy door thing?
No. Let's
let's
do
open it.
the open for
Okay.
These doors are trapped. So,
Okay.
you open the door, and inside you see a large, like a very large chamber.
Thing.
It's like 40 feet high, and like a big long like cylindrical thing. To the like west end of the room, there's a big spinning fan. That's like blowing air through the room. And before you see two like huge air elementals that are just like swirling around, like playfully drifting between each other and intermingling, and they don't seem to have noticed you like immediately.
Okay, but it's some sort of a wind tunnel or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Do we
Seen any
care
use
about
to
the wind
that?
tunnel?
No, I think it's a good thing to note that it exists. But other than that,
Yeah. It's probably to do with the smoke stuff, I guess.
Anything shiny?
It doesn't look
I'm-
like
I'm-
there's anything shiny.
Yeah,
no.
I'll at least poke my head through here. Okay, so there's like a balcony thing here, I guess.
Well, yeah, there's a balcony with like controls for the fan, which is currently spinning.
Okay.
And yeah, the two air elementals.
Okay, let's leave them to their elementaling for now.
Okay.
That was we
sure.
had their language. But we don't.
cool. Continue down the corridor then, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
All
Let's go
right.
to these doors.
Okay. Do you want to check for traps?
Probably in your pants.
Oh wow.
When does anyone say no to that question?
No, it's fine. Just open
When
it.
they have a wisdom of 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair
So
enough.
the door opens into another long corridor, which stretches 15 feet ahead of you and then turns north.
Okay, so this leads to fan place, I guess.
So the corridor goes 30 feet ahead and then turns like away from the fan to
Okay.
the east.
That's where the fan service happens.
Ice Scarf dies.
Incredible punishment.
Yes. So Icegarth, you step, you get to this open door, and inside the room, it looks like a simple shrine.
Okay.
So the walls and ceilings of the stone room are adorned with vivid carvings of disastrous accidents. Women falling off ladders, men tripping onto hot stoves, and wagons careening sideways into the crowds. A simple stone altar at the east end of the room is heaped in tangled bones of various shapes and sizes.
Cool.
Knowledge religion. Who is this god or goddess of misfortune?
Okay, so here's what happens. Brigitte, you see the shrine, and you're like, this is Xiphus, god of accidents. And then Icegarth, you step up. You
And I have an accident.
you like stumble into the room. You like trip over like a loose stone on the floor and stumble into the room. And from the shrine, an orange, like a bright orange, like ooze seeps out of all the cracks of the shrine, and lifts the bones into this giant like scythe shape, and then like slashes you.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
We're fighting the slapstick.
So
Okay.
it's gonna do an attack on your flat-footed.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't take your life point directly.
Exactly. For
Right.
24.
Yeah, that's, I think, a hit. Or, no, actually 25, I think, is my flat-footed right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this like bone scythe like slashes you and tries to hit you, but like bounces off your thick plate mail.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, now there's this ooze.
Well, I guess I'm going to hit those.
Yeah, so
Then I
let's
can.
roll initiative.
No, he doesn't get to go first.
Hey, I didn't suck at initiative for once.
Oh.
Death trap ooze.
Yep. It is a death trap. Brigitte,
ooze.
there's a big orange ooze.
Right, what is this thing? Knowledge religion?
Dungeoneering.
I love being a scout. Seriously, I'm having so much fun with this.
So it is an ooze creature with the shape changer type. It can attack people with a giant scythe and is an ooze. Has all the ooze traits.
What are they?
I don't know. It's oozy.
What's it? What can it defend against?
It's immune to poison, sleep, paralysis, polymorph, acid, gaze attacks, visual effects, illusions,
It just has damage reduction.
mind affecting. It does not have damage reduction.
What's okay? If I step into the room, am I likely to have a hilarious slapstick accident? Is that an element of these shrines?
No, that was just the trap that the ooze had set.
Okay. Alright.
The only time you didn't check for traps.
Pardon?
Only time you didn't check for traps.
Fuck it is.
Yeah.
Can I
Icegarth was so
here?
awed by the cool room, so he forgot.
Can I 5-foot step here?
No, there's a wall in the way.
Okay. I guess do a normal step there. Smack it with my lance. I don't with my spear. I don't really want to stop waste my remaining turns of singing.
Yeah, sure.
I'll
I think that would
go with
provoke,
this.
actually.
Okay.
So
So
it's,
that attack. I pressed the wrong button.
so it's gonna attack you.
Oh, okay. God, I probably should check my AC.
For
Can
pretty
probably-
pretty crap, to be honest. It rolls a 15, so it
Alright.
misses you.
Yeah, definitely misses. Right
Um,
now, actual attack is that one. I should have gone with the first one.
You hit it
Oh yay!
for what is that? 16 damage.
15, yeah.
Yeah, you get ooze all over you.
Oh no.
It's oozy.
There's bad things happen from having the ooze all over me.
Ice Scarf.
Okay,
Why
I'm
not?
gonna 5-foot step here to make some room, and then I'm gonna spam attack it.
You're gonna bite
All
the
of those
ooze.
things.
I was considering it.
Okay, so we have the War Axe. Or yeah, they hit. That hits. Everything hits. So 8, 16, 30,
I
47.
crit it with my claws, I think.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yay.
minus 47. This thing's got like really shitty AC, so because it's an ooze.
Yeah. I can't even get mad. Let's just end this. Let's just hit a bunch of times like that, and then 5-foot step, and I can bite the thing as well. I want to taste it. Oof.
Well you don't don't taste it. However, you do kill it with your hammer.
What?
It's very dead. You just you step in with your big adamantine lucerne and smash the shrine to pieces, and the ooze is splattered across the walls.
I go to bite him with that on.
Yeah, there is like orange goo all over the room. All of you are cut. You look like you just walked out of a Nickelodeon set in
Oh
1995.
god.
Damn. Well, glad to be of service there. Right, shall we, therefore... Is there anything else in the room?
In the room, no, the shrine is basically worthless.
Okay.
And it is. There's nothing of value.
Does Zood seem like he'd be a worshipper of the god of misfortune and accidents?
I don't know, maybe.
Does the shrine look well used?
No, well, not really, because Zood's been dead for like 100 years. But he did lay a bunch of traps in his
Yeah.
tower, so
Okay. It seems like a Zood thing to do.
some pretty
Classic
amusing
Zood.
traps as well, to be honest.
Sorry?
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, where
So-
are you going next?
Next
so
door, I guess.
See, well, there's a door here, according to this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that could be a good one to check out.
Come on, game.
I guess Mastodon's going in full force.
Gonna click the button.
Yep. You find no traps. I'm just going to open the next door as well, because there are no traps on that one either.
Peekaboo. Oh, there's like lots of doors.
Yeah, so there's sort of this like slightly winding corridor that leads to
Am I supposed to see through all of these walls?
Yep. So
Okay. I'm going to cast Gravity Bow in this situation, just in case.
so Ice Guy, if you walk in this sort of like a big wide room with a big there's a desk on like the southern wall, and then these three like large like glass windows with like doors next to them that look like cells. Two of them are empty, but the top cell has a I guess you shouldn't actually see
Someone?
this guy's thing right now. Inside that room, you look in the window and it's just like a carpet of worms.
Oh no.
Worms.
With an O or with a Y?
With an O, worms.
Okay.
Like little bugs.
Hold
Ooh.
on. Furcus Zoot had a note which mentioned worms that walk.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did.
Uh,
Mm.
okay.
I'm
Hmm.
glad I wrote that down.
I make sure that my plate boots are firmly sealed before I step
Mhm.
in.
Okay,
Right,
yeah.
what do I know about worms that walk? Let's get
Um,
some knowledge before we go in.
yeah, give me a... What are they? Vermin? So that'd be knowledge... It's kind of weird because they're kind of undead, but they're also kind of vermin.
I think we did this last time, didn't we? No, we did.
Oh, we might have.
Yeah.
It is nature.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, Yep.
Yeah, you know a little bit about worms that walk. They're like kind of undead creatures. They're people who have died, and they've transferred their soul into like a hive mind of insects.
Oh,
Ooh.
no. Okay.
So that they can exist as like a swarm of insects and as like a single like corporeal being.
Do worms
Swarms.
count as insects for this purpose?
I mean, yeah, like bugs, like whatever.
Okay.
They can be worms. Like the most common one is worms, but they could be like locusts or ants or butterflies.
Oh,
No,
that's
no.
nice. Why can't we fight a butterfly monster rather than a worm monster?
But yeah, it looks like
outside.
this worm that walks or this carpet of worms is like sealed inside a cell of some kind.
Okay.
You don't have
so-
to open the door, guys.
Yeah. Okay. So there are no worms over here.
No. They're inside the cell in the top corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that is the worm that walks.
Yeah. So Ice Scarf,
I
as
guess
you like,
it's not walking right now.
Hmm?
It's more of a worm that.
yeah,
worms.
well, it wriggles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Does anyone like go up to the cell, or are you just gonna stand there like numpties?
I'm going to go gawk from here at least.
Yeah. Okay. So you Ice Scarf, you get to the top corner of the room. You can see in the back corner, there's like a bundle of like blue robes, in like the back corner of the room, and on the wall, there's like an electronic device mounted into the wall, and there's a small plate of food sitting on it, and as you're like gawking and looking in this room, the worms start to like corporate, and crawl into this like bundle of robes, and then they form together into a man-shaped shape.
Okay.
I was wondering when you'd stop walking.
Yeah, he's a worm.
Is it a worm that talks as well?
Yeah, this creature like comes together, and then it like swaggers towards the front of the cell, says, "Well, you're not the wizard."
No.
You gonna let me out?
Why?
Because I've been stuck here for 100 years.
Who are you?
No.
That walk traditionally tend to be of one alignment or another.
It is, given the kind of necromantic aspects of creating a worm that walks, generally they would be evil, yes.
Okay.
You're a Weasley Church.
I don't know. Why? How do we know you're not just gonna kill us?
What's in it for us?
Well, if you let me out, I'll certainly help you kill the ghost. Simple enough. What do I gain from killing you, honestly?
It's a valid point.
Look,
Detect motive.
sense motive.
That's the one.
Yes, you
Oh,
can
it's
roll a
not
sense
good.
motive.
He has a motive.
He has
Oh,
a
is it?
motive, yes.
I'm also going to sense motive. I rolled a -1.
Oh, hang on, that's right. I'm not using that. I don't use detect motive. I use sing to detect people's motives because I'm a scout.
Okay, that makes sense, sure.
By being good at singing, I can detect people's motives.
Okay, great. Sounds great.
You may join in or not.
He seems to he seems to be talking like legit. He's very savvy. Like he is quite charming. For a giant writhing mass of worms.
Okay.
I think we can trust this guy.
Yeah,
Like-
I sympathize with his desire to kill things.
Never done me wrong before, Brigitte. Let's do this.
All right, let's open the door and let him out.
Okay. So you open the door, and he steps out of the room, and he goes to you, Isgarth. He says, Nagrin Haruvex, a pleasure, and like reaches out with his like wormy hand.
I kind of make note to make sure that my gauntlet is sealed before I let him touch my gauntlet. I guess there is some articulated motion in the gauntlet, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, you like shake his hand, and some of the worms fall off, and then like crawl into his feet.
I just look at them.
You got to get that checked.
And he says, "Don't worry, this was quite intentional."
Oh, okay.
Being stuck in a cell.
Oh no, this was definitely unintentional. I was wandering around the world scar, doing worm things, and that Verkus Zood he was quite tricky. Managed to capture me. Unfortunate.
So how can we kill him? Because whenever we try and fight him, he just sort of floats away.
Give him a reason to stay.
Okay.
Reason to stay.
There's a reason Zood has been hanging around in this tower for the past 100 years.
Something about the prophet Cassandra. Would you know anything about that?
He said the name, but I don't know what it means. The bloody
Yes,
fool. Quite ironic, really. Man worships Xiphus all his life and then dies in an accident.
He could protect others from accidents.
How ironic.
Okay.
What kind of accident?
Something to do with nanites. I'm not a tech head. I'm a worm head. He was studying like me as a hive mind creature and wanted to become like me, but in a technological sense, to transfer his mind into a collection of nanites.
He seems to have achieved that.
And only in death.
Do you count yourself as dead?
Oh, well, no, I'm quite alive.
How have you been like this your whole life?
Oh, well, that depends on what you mean by my whole life. I was once human, yes, but through some intense research and some cunning magic on my part, if I do say so myself, I transformed myself into what you see today. Quite amazing, really.
Very amazing.
So white worms.
It's pretty cool.
Well done.
Why
So, like,
worms? Oh, worms
Yeah.
can crawl through the ground.
I see. So you can materialize through things.
Well,
We
it's not
definitely-
really materialization. It's burrowing. I can burrow.
But you turn up naked.
He like gestures to like his open chest and open crotch, and he's like he's just wearing like a cloak.
Okay. Right then.
Okay, let's go kill Fergus, dude.
He says,
You know what? You know what?
at this point, Fergus is probably waiting in the mnemonic studies laboratory. He spends most of his time there.
Okay,
Is
where's
that
that?
where he's most likely to want to defend if we start smashing up a place to make him stay there?
Well, as far as I'm aware, that's where he keeps the generator, whatever he uses to keep this place running. So, most likely.
Question. If we take out the generator, is that likely to take him out?
I don't think he's necessarily tied to the generator itself.
Okay.
What's his power
Any-
source? Can we know?
I mean, he's a ghost.
And the nanites?
He's a ghost.
Okay.
Any idea what if the wind tunnel is connected to the generator or anything? Like,
I'm afraid I haven't seen most of the labs.
okay.
Right. Okay. Is there anything in this room that we can take?
Not that's easily carryable.
Okay.
So let me. Blah blah blah. Trying to work out. No, there's not anything that there's the like nutrient thing inside Nagrin's cell, but that's not like easily portable.
Okay.
So yeah,
Fair enough.
no such luck.
Fair enough.
Okay.
That's fine. All right. So,
Does the worm guy know the layout of these basements? We can stop opening random doors if he knows where we're going.
I'm afraid not. Somewhere to the west is the memory lab. Burkus keeps something in there he referred to as the Thought Harvester robot. Never heard of it.
That sounds like a fun person to hang out with, the Thought Harvester robot.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
it definitely won't try and harvest our thoughts.
Well, we'll
well,
see.
I'm convinced.
Yep.
But
So
it
what's
doesn't
the
do
south
wisdom
of here?
damage.
Naris kind of scorns and thinks we've got to see what this Zood's up to. All right, let's carry on.
Let's go
Make
check
sure
out
that
south.
Worm Guy isn't having back though.
Fair enough.
Worm
Where
Guy.
are we
yeah,
going on
Naris
stuff? What's
connects.
down there?
Yeah, I'm wondering about that. I'm gonna check for traps in this mysterious corridor.
Haven't you seemed to walk through a wall to get there?
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm wondering
it's a
about
secret
that.
wall. I don't care. The
okay.
the tunnel goes like 500 feet and then leads out into the woods.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's not go out.
But it's good to know that's there.
Mhm.
That's good to know when
We
we're
can run away.
running away from the exploding tower.
Emergency escape. And yes, I really want to blow this tower up. This is my objective.
I know. It'd be pretty
Um,
fun to claim this tower.
It is technological and therefore evil and needs to be smashed up.
Well, I'm also evil.
I'm
Yeah.
very anti-technology.
I just don't
Um,
like people.
So yeah,
I'm
there is a
different.
door. Ice Scarf.
Worm Guy coming with us.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
Perception it.
It is not trapped. You open the door.
Peekaboo.
Anything exciting?
So in this room, there's a cramped room. Is incredibly hot and choked with hissing pipes and sparking wires. A strange machine of metal and stone and crystal grinds and whirls in a cacophonous din. Plumes of smoke and fire churning out into the dozens of pipes that extend upwards through the ceiling. Huge metal
Sounds like
door
Mars.
sits in the southern end of the west wall. Just to the side of the immense machine. A short message is inscribed above the door. Numerous cables, pipes extend from the wall's frame to a nearby panel in the southern wall, from which 4 glass domes sit and human heads protrude.
Do the human heads look alive?
Let me have a look.
I'm gonna go for the human heads.
So as you, Icegarth, as you walk into the room, the nanite cocoons you guys are carrying, all begin to like hum and glow.
Why did we carry them with us? That seems like a foolish idea.
What do you guys do?
Smash the technology.
Is there any place that looks like we could stick the nanite cocoons in here?
Yeah, so like Icegarth, you're holding one of them in your hands, and it seems to be like pulling like in your hand towards like the glass domes with heads in them.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke it there. That's
Okay,
fun.
so you hold your hand out the cocoon and it just dissolves, and this cloud of like golden, like glowing like fireflies flies from the cocoon and then into the dome and starts like whirling around in it.
I watch with fascination.
Yeah, and then on the big like door on the western wall, there's like these 4 like red lights, and one of the lights switches off.
Oh. How many of these do we have?
You should have 4. I might have forgotten to tell you. You should have 4 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go throw the rest at the
Yeah.
heads, I guess.
We had Rock carry them, so I guess
Yeah.
we got.
Okay.
So yeah, so the rest of these like clouds of nanites free themselves from their cocoons and begin to fill up these domes. And as each one fills and begins to glow, the lights above the door turn off.
Do the heads do anything?
No, yeah, they do.
Do we
Okay.
see anything that could be a thought harvester robot?
Not in this room.
Well, there is
Anything
another room.
else in this room? Like stuff to loot? Any lootable stuff in this room?
No, so the only like loot in the room is like the big furnace thing.
What's the
Okay.
deal with the heads?
I don't know. The heads are mentioned in the description, and I can't see where they are in the actual details of the room.
Okay.
No,
Flavor.
books. Two Sisters Tom just suddenly discovered we were meant to fight them, and it never mentioned them here.
Yep. So yeah, above the big like vault door, is a big sign that says Lab 0 Mnemotechnic Recovery.
Okay,
Right.
Time
that
for
sounds fun.
buffs.
Yeah, buff time. Let's see if I have any buffs left to give myself.
Think I'm good.
Uh,
Oh, I should probably take the form of some animals.
I'm gonna do see invisibility just because I have it and I haven't used it yet. And it might be useful. So
I'll
I
do
can
a
now
shield.
see invisibility.
Okay.
And you're going to see Narask go part tiger and part stag.
Nice.
So, improvement
Can you
to dex.
show us that
and
in the
hunting.
stance?
Is that like a tiger or a
Tag.
pig? Pig.
Stick.
Hi.
He becomes the stick.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else?
I turn on my satellite suit.
Okay, sure.
Oh yeah, I have one of those as well. I'm gonna do that too.
I'm not going to buff yet because I need to be singing and I'm not wasting my songs.
Okay. So do you open the door?
Yep.
Um,
Perception.
Kick down the dungeon door.
Perception.
Yeah, do we
perception.
want to do the full kick down the door thing because we've got the thing?
Oh yeah. Well, go do that.
This
I mean-
doesn't look. This is like a vault door.
Okay.
This
let's
is
not do that.
this is like a bank vault door. You're
Okay.
not going to be able to bust through it in one round.
Okay. Is there like a traps or stuff here?
Yeah, there are no traps.
Okay. Open back door.
So the door opens, and within the room you see Furcus Zood, floating in the back of the room. His like incorporeal form is like shuddering, like there are multiple images of him, that makes him like difficult to look at.
Are there 7 of him by some chance?
Yes, he has 7 additional images.
Okay, so mirror images or something.
Yep.
Does that mischance affect spells cast at him?
If they need to hit, yes.
Which just affects a square, or
Yeah, if it's an area effect, it will hit no matter what.
Okay, good.
And there's
And
something
magic
else there
puzzles.
which looks like it could harvest
Yeah, so
mine,
there is
possibly.
a 4-legged robot with rows of crystal spheres lining its back. A single glowing eye sits in the middle of its head.
Damn.
And lying
assume.
on the table behind it, you see the body of like the slightly decomposed body of like an android woman. It's got like brunette hair, and the top of her head has been like opened up, and there's like scorch marks across the table. Yeah, and then I think we'll roll initiative.
Yeah,
All right.
Iceguard isn't wise enough currently to do any diplomacy.
Oh, I don't want to go
I'll do
first.
something this turn.
That's not bad. Fort harvester robot. He's gonna harvest your forts.
I need those. They're so important to my character.
I have
There
2
we go.
thoughts left. Please don't harvest them.
It's remarkably close at the top, though.
It is very close at the top. So Brigitte, you react first.
okay. I'm not sure. Oh, 9 rounds, but if we're not going to start hitting him immediately, maybe I should save it. Well, I might as well. Fuck it. You guys, smack him while you can. I'm going to use my spell canning to spontaneously cast Ghostbane Dirge, which makes basically mouse subject to spell. Incorporeal creature takes half damage from non-magical attacks, full damage from magic weapons, spells, spell-like effects, and supernatural effects.
Okay, and that's will negates.
Yes. I have no idea what the DC on that is, I'm afraid. It's not my spell.
It'll be the spell DC of the level of the spell you cast.
It's level 2.
So what's your level 2 spell DC?
Oh, I can check that.
Well, if the other one was 17, it'd be 16, wouldn't it?
16, yes. Oh, if he makes this save, I'll be very sad. Oh.
Yup. You rolled a 16
that's
on
good.
the dice.
Well, that was good use of my spell.
Oh dear.
Bastard. I'm going to use a move action to start singing.
Okay, sure.
It's if you want anyone.
Rock.
Oh,
Right.
right.
I need to move into a position where I can see what's going on. Okay. Interesting. So that's 5, 10. How do I wish to address the situation?
Smash the robot. I don't want it harvesting my thoughts.
What
Let's-
for?
I have 2 of them.
If I'm gonna smash
up
the
for this
robot, I
murderer.
can't dig into it because I'd be too up in it. So let's take the song rage for this moment,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be attacking the robot, so I activate my versus robot buff. Need to remember that that's on. Song rage. On buff. Okay, and I'll give that a second tap sheet buff, and then I'll hit the thing with my hammer.
Go for
Can
it.
you also get to hit it with the wispy things?
I'm not adjacent to it.
Oh, okay, I can't see you, so I just guessed.
Oh, yeah. Hit robot with hammer. Did I hit the robot with the hammer?
Yes, you hit the robot. It takes a lot of damage. It's just the one attack,
Only-
right?
Yeah, just the top one.
Okay, yep. Narisk?
Aha.
Okay. Right. So, Cecil's gonna run in there with his 40 feet move speed. Ah, okay. I
You
see.
guys accepting the rage?
I think Cecil has no choice in the matter. I didn't realize this before. So, yeah, Cecil
Okay.
takes the rage. Got a nice boost to everything, which is really sweet. And I think being Cecil is going to go for this guy. here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
he's going to do a nice gore attack. I'm not sure much is going to happen.
Mhm.
It's a power
That
attack.
works.
And I guess got to roll mischance, but let's see if that would hit first.
Not mischance, that's...
No,
only
so
blind
what?
still.
So it's the one attack, right?
Yep, one attack, yeah.
On Zood's flat-footed is a miss.
Okay. That's a
You
shame.
also get a, whatchamacallit, don't you? A wispy attack
A wispy attack.
from you
Oh, yeah.
accept the rage.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. So that's what 1d.
Don't you have to make that? It's not like a free action to do that attack, though, is it?
I think it's the wisp's
Wisp
attack,
do it.
not the
Yeah.
character.
What's the
Okay.
ability?
We'll try and find it.
It's spirit
Spirit
totem
totem.
lesser.
Yeah.
Spirit totem, lesser spirit totem. The rage power.
Yeah, it's the spirit's making the attacks, not the character.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So it's some. So the attack is 1d4 plus 4 damage, and it's
No. So
Maybe I-
it's
No, it's
Cecil's
not
base
making
attack bonus plus Cecil's. Again, no, it would be plus your charisma, wouldn't it?
Mine.
It would be plus your charisma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would just use all of your stats, I think.
So I might as well roll the attack myself.
Yeah, you
Okay.
do that. You roll the attack.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
That hits, I think, on his flat-footed. Yep. For
Good.
8 damage. And what
Yay.
type of damage is it?
It's whatchamacallit? Negative energy damage.
Mm,
Shit,
Really?
it doesn't heal him, does it?
it's negative energy damage.
Yeah.
Dagnabbit.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't do anything to him.
Fair enough.
In fact, he has taken damage, so it heals him.
Oh,
Is it
no.
Why?
What
No
did
one
it-
used the spirit wisps anywhere to attack.
Okay.
It's
I
automatic.
will-
We just confirmed that. It's the spirits attacking.
So that's an optional thing, the Spirit Wisp, right?
I don't know.
Crap. All right. Well, anyway, let's
To
do
get
Naris.
rid of it,
Mhm.
Brigitte would have to turn rage off and turn rage back on without without that rage power active.
Have you tried
It
turning
stop
it
accepting
off and on again?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's okay. Anyway, enter Narisk into the situation, and she,
He.
or he, sorry.
How do you
Third
do this?
character.
How do you do this with every single one of your own bloody characters?
I have 2 characters. It's a lot to keep track of. Um, so I'm going to cast Ice Spears.
Okay.
So 5-foot squares are on these 2 squares.
Okay, just one on each thing.
Yep.
What's the save on that?
So the save is a reflex save. It's a DC 17, I believe. So wow. So, oh no, sorry, it's 16. It is 16.
Okay, but they both fail.
Good. Okay. So in
Yeah,
that
very-
case, a successful. All right. So they get tripped as well.
Zood can't be tripped because he's a ghost.
Fair enough. But the robot gets tripped, and everyone takes 2d6 piercing and 2d6 cold damage. So I'll roll those separately. So piercing first, yay, and a bit better.
So Zood just takes half of that,
Okay.
and the Thought Harvester doesn't take anything.
Ouch. Right. We need to look into the Thought Harvester a bit more, guys.
I guess
It's a robot. Hardness 10. Like all the robots we fought.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so the Thought Harvester.
Gulp.
He is going to
Is it tripped? Did you say?
oh yeah, you got to
Yeah.
make your trip attempt.
Right, yeah, so... I know I ask this every time, how does...
It's the whatever the CMB check is on that spell, like it should say in the spell description.
Yeah, so the CMB check is... So 4 bonus on combat maneuver, so... No. Why do I suck at this?
But what is the spell?
Ice Spears, level 3. 1, that's...
Not Ive Spears, Ice Spears.
Hey, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
10 bonus to the CMB check.
So the explosive growth can trip foes when the spears erupt. Make a combat maneuver check against any targets that take damage from the spears. It didn't take damage, so you don't trip it. With total bonus equal to caster level plus your casting modifier.
Yeah, so that's wisdom, so that's 3, yeah.
Yeah. So that
Okay.
for future reference, that is what the trip attempt is.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So it's not trip then,
No,
basically.
it is not tripped because it didn't take any damage.
Cool. Damn.
So this guy is going to attack Rock, I think. So he 5-foot steps. And then he does his... Let me just double check how all these things work. Yep, so he gets to make all of these attacks. So he does his... He's got a claw. He snips you with his claw for 36 for
Ouch.
12 damage.
Yep.
And then he has 2 integrated nanite injectors.
They
Oh
sound
god.
Those sound fun.
Some blood and stuff
Um,
right now.
For a 23, 10 damage. And a 30 for 8 damage.
So my armor is 23, so that hits.
Yes, yeah. So, when it hits with its integrated nanite injectors, it can selectively duplicate certain memories. Each time the harvester uses this ability, it can copy one significant event, or it can sift through all of that as part of an interrogation. So make a DC 17 will save.
Okay. Nope.
Okay. So it begins like crawling through your mind, and starts like copying out like memories from your past. So it's probably just copying memories of you killing things. Can you make a DC
I do a lot of that.
14 fortitude save?
Hopefully I don't fail that. There we go.
Okay. And then can you do the same thing again?
I passed with will that time.
Okay, that's fine.
So alright, I need to do the damage.
I'm just trying to. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Am I getting grappled as well?
You are not getting grappled.
Okay. So 9, 7, 5.
I guess he does have grab. I didn't realize he had grab. So yes, he's going to make a grapple attempt.
Why don't you remind the GM of such things?
I was just looking at it. I'm a very honest person.
I know. 22 probably doesn't grapple you, right?
I doubt it.
It's pretty bad. Pretty bad roll.
Large right now. CMD is 35.
Ouch.
Okay, yeah,
Higher.
no, you're fine.
Yeah.
That seems very high, but you're probably fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now going to do something really horrible.
Oh.
So on Zood's turn, he's going to cast. I keep getting emails. Hang on a second. Be gone, internet. So Zood is going to cast a Wall of Force
Uh-oh.
across the door.
Uh,
Well, it's nice knowing you guys in the room.
This nonsense again.
Yeah.
On the
it
door.
is.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, I guess he'd have to, before we do that, he would have to cast defensively on that, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Go, Cecil. You can do it. Intimidate that mofo.
Is that what he wants to do? His concentration is 14, and he needs to get a... so he's rolling like a 10 or better. Does he have combat casting? Is a good question. What feats do you have, Zood? No, he doesn't have combat casting. More wizards should have combat casting. It's good. It's a good thing. Though I think he can 5-foot step into the wall.
I fucking hate when he does that.
So he like 5-foot steps. His head is poking out of the wall, and his hands are like. So you can hit him while he's in the wall in this way. But it allows him to like cast spells
Oh.
and things. So yeah, he blocks the door with a wall of force. Ice Scarf.
Okay, so just to make sure there's essentially nothing I can do about the Wall of Force.
The wall of force is not easily destroyed. It has a hardness of 30 and 200 hit points.
Okay, and my adamantine thingy doesn't bypass that hardness, or does
It ignores 20 of it,
Okay,
so it counts as hardness 10.
okay.
I think that's manageable to an extent, maybe.
I mean, it would take
It
like
looks like the
several
walls.
rounds,
Yeah.
and the Wall of Force lasts for like forever, doesn't it?
Rounds per level.
Okay, so essentially it's going to go down before
Okay.
I can even chop through it, probably.
Ash, why
Yeah.
doesn't Worm Guy have a place in the initiative?
I was just about to say.
Because I forgot to roll his initiative.
Okay.
Where is? Did I even give him a?
Top of hour as well.
That's a good point. So let me just roll his initiative, and then
Hmm.
he was being lazy. He's a worm.
Damn it, worm guy. What was his name again? It was Nagrin Haravex.
And he
Oh,
would have went
Nagrin.
first, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. He was being lazy. Okay, so let's take a break. When we come back, we will find out what happens in this thrilling conclusion of the Choking Tower. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere.